belong.
Now, I heard this quote from a spokesman that was against pornography, and can you comment on this, saying that the addiction of porn is far more serious than addiction of crack cocaine?
You know, actually, that is not, that was actually made to the Congress.
To the Congress?
Yes, that quote was made into Congress. And the argument is very simple. And that is crack and cocaine, you can actually detoxicate the body from it. There might be a time when your body is really cleansed from the remnants of crack and cocaine. Sexual images are so imprinted in our heads that getting rid of it almost is next to impossible.
So would you say this would contribute now to a person having these images and now going out and harming an innocent woman, someone who's walking down the street? He just saw a porn video and then he goes and acts out on this.
That is actually not a good argument.
No?
There is no correlation between, let's say, rape, child molestation, sexual assault on people simply because a person is addicted to porn. That is not the problem that we have with porn at this point. It is the fact that it is addictive, it is costing money. But then again, look into the bigger picture and the kind of image that it sells to us as to definition of manhood and womanhood. A man is now, his manhood is determined by the size of his penis, by how good he is, by how much pain he is able to inflict on the woman. And now that's stud, that is good. But reality is, can you imagine if this is how we were to go around defining manhood? Or objectifying women the way that porn does, or the whole idea of institutionalizing racism simply because a person belongs to a certain ethnic background, therefore we can say a lot more about his private parts. So it's not just the sex or what appears to be sex, there is the objectification of women that is taking place. There is racism that is taking place. And there is just the manipulation of these young minds that are out there in cheating them, defining what is manhood and what is womanhood.
From watching this, would you say also that the man would also have more of a, now less of respect towards the average woman from watching this? Looking at her just like, you know, a piece of meat, just, you know, someone who's not respected, after watching her with men so many times on the screen, that he just has this passion, that he just wants to fulfill this lustful desire, and, you know, or even now he starts even not having much of a desire towards his own wife.
There is actually a woman, her name is Gail Dyens. She wrote a book called Pornland. And what she has done is that she has analyzed the porn industry out there. And what we see happening is the whole idea of how women are disrespected in porn, because there is usually no sexual pleasure that is taking place. Especially in hardcore porn, it is all about how much pain can you inflict on the woman, how much can you make her scream. You know, all the, and I don't mean to be graphic here, but like you said, you know, this is, we're addressing an issue that is impacting the masses. You know, can you rupture this, can you rupture that? And the whole point is, it's all about impacting us and inflicting as much pain as possible. So the disrespect is, you know, to the whole sexual act that is taking place, that's supposed to be very enjoyable between a man and a woman, but now it is a source of pain to one party, and the other party is seen as a person who can inflict most pain on the woman. Women are presented as people who are always looking for it, craving for it, and they just enjoy the pain that is inflicted upon them because of what the men are doing to them. And when a young man sees this, now TV does not only sell us products, TV also sells us ideas. It sells us ideas about who we are, and it sells us ideas about the people who are around us and who they are and what TV makes out of them.
With this, from viewing porn, would you, from any studies, would this help in preserving marriages, or does it contribute to the divorce rate going up?
You know, it's really sad, Eddie, and you know, in the capacity of a therapist, and I see many clients, Muslims as well as non-Muslims. The saddest is when you've got a couple that walks into the office, and the man is looking down, say, well, what brought you in today? And the wife would say, my husband is addicted to porn. And he'd say, you know what? I feel like he's cheating on me. I cannot compete with the women that he sees on porn. And the worst of it yet is there is nothing that I can do to stimulate my husband. What porn does is that it kills the natural stimulants in a man. Women are naturally beautiful. They're naturally seductive. They're just naturally stimulating to a man. But what has happened is that the person who is addicted to porn has become so desensitized that his own wife is saying, I cannot excite my husband anymore. And I feel like I have really lost. I cannot do what these women are doing. And because he's taken me for granted and he's gotten so used to me, he needs to be excited by different means. And I am unable to do what he sees on porn.
These are amazing facts. Hopefully people can watch this and start to develop a change for the better, leaving off this, can we call it just pure evil?
It is pure evil.
Pure evil, yeah, and go towards more good. And that's why we're inviting people to goodness and good things. And we'll be back with more here on The Deen Show. Sit tight.
I am not afraid to stand alone. I am not afraid to stand alone. If Allah is by my side, I am not afraid to stand alone. I am not afraid to stand alone. If Allah is by my side, I am not afraid to stand alone. I am not afraid to stand alone. If Allah is by my side, I am not afraid to stand alone.
Hay solo un Dios. Adóralo a Él solo y no a su creación. I would go to my room, lock the door, prostrate and cry, saying, God, you know me better than myself. Show me the right way and I will not look back. I will leave everything behind.
Allah is our creator and He creates everything and He gives intelligence to people. Rasulullah is Muhammad, peace be upon him. Muhammad is one of the last messengers sent from God.
Back here on The Deen Show with Sheikh Yasser Fazaga. Now, as human beings, we know that most of us, the vast majority of people, they reflect upon the creation. And they know that, look,